Alright students, we're going to talk about our Ignite and how to set up our PowerPoint really quick. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want 12 slides. Now typically when you first open PowerPoint, you're going to have a layout that looks like this. The simple way to change this is to just come out to Layout and select Blank. That way you don't have to worry about text boxes or anything like that. Now the easiest way to get your pictures on here is going to be to come to Themes, come to Background, Format Background, Picture, or text up here in the fill. This will help you so that you don't have to constantly resize that image. So you'll choose image, and wherever your image is located, and I'm just going to choose some images I already have. I'm just going to hit apply. And so now I have an image that takes up the full slide, and I don't have to worry about that. I can continue to do that until I fill all of my images. Mine are going to be all random because I haven't got them all to match yet, but yours will match. Now you can probably tell that I am not that I don't have a title slide. You do not have to have a title slide. You're going to come right in to your presentation, so don't worry about a title slide. Now you can see here that I did put some words on here. This is a quote. Your image slides can have quotes in them. Just know that you're not going to read directly from the quote. You have 15 seconds to fill. So let's do one more. Just come back up to Background, Format Background, Picture, Text, choose Picture, go back to my images here, select one. How about some Easter eggs? Alright, I'll just hit apply. Now, let's talk a little bit about where you can get these images from, because I know we talked about that they have to be they can't be copyrighted, they have to be available for use. So you can come to Google, just a plain Google search, or you can go to images.google.com. They're both going to take you to the same place. We'll start with Google because most of you are there. Now, if you're using Bing or something like that, Bing is going to have the same options to change the filtering, and we'll show you where that is in just a moment. But maybe you're searching for books. I don't know, maybe you want an image is, thematic or symbolic of something you're talking about right there. So if you do just a plain Google search, you're going to get a web search. Just come up here to images and switch over. Now, if I'm here, I have tons of images, and normally what we have done in the past is pull an image just straight off of Google, but when we do that, we're thieves because we don't know whether or not these images are available for reuse. So what we can do is we can come here to Search Tools. We'll select that. My recommendation is change your size to large because this is going to make sure you're going to have good resolution. Then you're going to come to usage rights. Now there are several different things here. Google defaults to not filtered by license, which means that the images that it pulls up are copyrighted or non-copyrighted, or they're Creative Commons or whatever. Now you can select labeled for reuse with modification. It just means you need to change something about the image. Labeled for reuse, this means that it is available to reuse, to share, and share alike. Labeled for non-commercial reuse with modification means that you can use this as long as you're not using it to make money or an advertisement, as long as you change something about it. And then of course, labeled for non-commercial reuse means that you can use it for anything as long as you're not using it to an advertising or trying to make money. So my recommendation is to choose labeled for reuse or labeled for non-commercial reuse. So let's select labeled for reuse. Now once I do this, I see that there are lots of images I can still choose from. I like this one here, so I'm going to open it up. Most of the time we like to just right click and save from this, but my recommendation to you is, if you will, go to view image. It downloaded for me anyways. Go to view image, it's still downloading. Look at that, Flickr is so fancy. Alright, so say we have our image, we're ready to load it in. Come back to your next slide, go to Format Background, find where that picture is. Mine is going to be in Downloads, there it is, and Insert. and apply. So now I have my slides here. Let's just pretend that I have all 12 of them filled in with an image. Keep in mind that on the 12th slide, you will not need an ending slide or a thank you slide. It's just straight through, okay? You're going to want to select all the images. So you can do that through Edit Select All, or you can highlight them all, or if you're using a Mac, you can Command A. If you are using a Windows machine, it's Control A. From here, you're going to come to Transitions. You're going to select over here. If you want to put a different transition in there, that's fine. You can put a cut or a fade, but most of the time just leave it at none so it's simpler. You're going to come over here to Advanced Slide. You're going to remove mouse click and you're going to select After. And once you're here, you're going to move this to 15 and you're going to click this Apply to All. So now, if I hit play on this slideshow, every 15 seconds, the slide should advance. So let's kind of see if it does. So here's my first image. I'm talking about my presentation. In education, we use lots of tools. We can use traditional tools like pen and pencil and paper, but sometimes we like to use technology. And there you can see that my slide automatically advanced. Sometimes it is brave to use technology, especially when you are uncomfortable with it, or you have to use it in new ways that you're not used to. New slide. So you can see that I did set it up correctly because I have it at Transitions, uncheck on mouse click, check after 15 seconds, and apply that to all slides. So there you have it. So you know now how to go and pull images from Google and select the appropriate filtering. You know how to set your pictures into your slides and create the transition that will automatically advance it every 15 seconds. Please don't forget to practice, and next week Miss Murray and I will be available if you need assistance with anything. Thank you.